Okay, we'll just also start the recording. Recording in progress. That's amazing. And having done that, we'll proceed to the presentation of the candidates. To remind you, we'll have 1 minute of speech. The first to submit was the first to submit was Yusuf, so we'll start with you. You now have 1 minute, and we will time you. Go ahead.
Hello everyone, my name is Yusuf Kalaycı and I'm excited to have the opportunity to speak with you here today. For the past 2 years, I was the design coordinator of EPSA, which is member of EPSA. During my time as a design coordinator, I developed a passion for design and gained valuable experience in merge design as well. And you can view my works if you want on the bottom there. I'm confident in my abilities and I believe as design coordinator I have consistently delivered high quality work at designs. I'm also able to continue learning and growing as a designer and a multi-analyst that I have the opportunity to work for. So being here today is truly a joy and exciting opportunity for me. Thank you for considering my candidacy for the design connected position. And I look forward to such an opportunity to bring my skills and passion for this. Thank you.
Thank you. The minute is up. We'll proceed now to answer from Christina. So you also have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Dear General Assembly and European Pharmaceutical Students Association, my name is Christina and I am here to express my deep interest in joining the organization as the design coordinator. As someone who has always been passionate about design, I would love to bring my creativity and fresh ideas to EPSA and help to take the organization's printing to the next level. One of the things that excites me the most about the role is the opportunity to work with a team of people dedicated to improving the education and opportunities of pharmaceutical students and our role and capabilities as future healthcare professionals, future pharmacists. I have pursued a formal education in graphic design, completing 3 years of studies at an international IT academy and earning free international approved certificates in Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. I believe that a strong and distinctive brand is essential for any organization's success, and I would love to help EPSA achieve that. Thank you for your consideration.
We'll try with this one as well. Oh no, maybe we'll not try with this one. Sorry for the technicalities. Thank you to the candidates for the opening speech. We'll now proceed to the questions of the candidates. I'll just remind you that there is a 1 minute answer limit on the 1 minute limit on the answer, and also to keep in mind to form the questions so that both candidates can answer. We'll be switching the order. So first we'll take you to the Christina, then we'll switch. I'll open the floor for any questions to the candidates. Ape, first, go ahead.
Okay. Leonardo Abel. Uh, Most times the design coordinator is known to have a big overload of work, and that leads to some tight deadlines for promotion. How do you plan to overcome it?
Thank you, Abel. Yusuf will type the question in the chat, so you should have it in a second.
Can you repeat the question because I
Yeah, you have it on the chat, so whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and you have 1 minute to answer.
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I start?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay. I'm accustomed to heavy workload, and so I do not foresee any issues in that regard. Moreover, I am dedicated to completing tasks efficiently and effectively, and take pride in ensuring that each job is done correctly.
Yusuf will now take Christina. Go ahead.
Right now, I'm the IT design and media coordinator from Academia, my association. And I learned two important things. It's important to have a good, well-organized plan and to divide the work in small steps. And this is how I will do the work with EPSA. And I know that I will manage to do everything on time.
Thank you. We proceed to the next question from EPHSA. Go ahead.
Sorry. So, we have Luisa Bulgaria. You both have some experience in the design, and you said that you have skills. How are you going to manage the skills to develop the design department of EPSA?
Thank you, EPHSA. We'll proceed now to the answer from Christina first. A clarification.
Can you please repeat the question?
Yeah, could you repeat? Go ahead.
But slowly, please.
So you both said that you have some skills in the departments of Photoshop and the design department. You have design education. So how are you gonna manage your to use your skills to develop the design of EPSA? Yeah.
Okay.
Go
Um,
ahead.
I have three main goals. I want to do a rebranding of EPSA, a standard template take for Instagram and posts, and also I want to elaborate sticker pack that will be used for online activities and also for the offline ones. These are my three main goals.
Thank you. And now we'll have Yusuf. Go ahead.
So I think that is similar to the work I would have done for past 2 years, and I want to change it for a larger scale, of course, because it's, I think that it's needed. And I have few things to change for website because I think EPSA can take more attention for the activities and everything. And that's it.
Thank you so much. We'll proceed to the next question from KNPSV, followed up by EPSA. KNPSV, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. ANKBC Netherlands, thank you for your applications and also your design portfolios. We saw very distinguished styles that you have. So can you maybe explain your ideas for EPSA's specific designs you have?
Thank you, KNPSV. The question was just received in the chat, so go ahead, Yusuf.
I think more vectors can be used in the design, so especially in Instagram accounts. And so after that, I think there is a little monotony in the posts, and I think that should be changed. That's it.
Thank you, Christina.
We live in the 21st century and we can observe that everything evolves really quickly, and so does the design. And I want to give EPSA a fresh design. I want to change the actual logo because from my point of view as a graphic designer, it's too old and it's a bit childish. I want to make it more modern and more related to pharmaceutical field.
Thank you. We'll proceed to the next question from Yuksa, followed up by Yuksa. You dropped the
the Slovenia. How familiar are you with video editing, since we mentioned that we will also include video promotion such as Instagram Reels this year?
Thank you. And we'll have Christina first.
Um, I am used to editing and creating video, but I didn't do something based on related to video editing because we didn't use it in my organization and I really didn't have opportunity to try it. But I sure I can try it in future and I have already plans to how to develop this field.
Thank you. Yusuf?
I am using Camtasia for editing video, and I can measure change the measures of it. Then so I can change it for reels, and I can make that it's not a complicated program, but I can learn more about it, or I can change the tool I will use.
Thank you very much. We'll proceed to the next questions from PPSA. Go ahead.
About music Poland, uh, how will you overcome the workload connected with conveying position in EPSA team with your other duties like work, studies, etc.?
Thank you. Andrea is typing the question in chat for you, Yusuf.
I couldn't hear clearly.
Yes, it's in the chat already. So when you're ready, you can go, Yusuf.
Uh, in this year, in this 2 years, uh, had I had very work. Sorry, I my I had heavy workload, and I had school fees and everything. But last next year there won't be school. I have just one or two lessons, and I can I can spend my time more for design, and I don't think because it will be a problem for me, because I am someone who will try his best for completing the job correctly and effectively.
Thank you very much. We'll proceed to Christina. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I have to mention that I have a really good time management, and I also like to work under pressure. I can't work without pressure, so I'm not afraid of doing this.
Thank you. And we also have another question from PPSA. Then on the list is Anep and Abed. But PPSA first. Go ahead. Could we have the scrutiny on move up?
Kasia PPSA Poland, the cooperation with what department, apart from PR department, do you consider to be the most crucial for you and why? Thank you.
Thank you. We're typing the question in the chat. We'll start off with Christina. Go ahead.
Yes, it's crucial because if we speak about design, there are two important things: teamwork and collaboration. And me in the position of a design coordinator, I'll be like the hands of EPSA and the small part of the brain. And the whole team has to be the brain. So we will work together and we will discuss everything.
Thank you. We now have Yusuf. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think collaboration is important with other departments too, because for me, when I'm designing something, in first step I learn and research about the topic or what we are doing, and it's important for me to collaborate with other departments.
Thank you, Yusuf. We'll proceed to the next question from Anep. Go ahead.
So I'm in France. Since the peer department restructure, there will be a design subcommittee. How do you plan to work with the subcommittee?
Thank you, Anna. The question is about how do you plan to work with the subcommittee. Andre is just typing it in the chat right now. Okay, Yusuf, go ahead. Yeah, you can go. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm I during my I had a conversation with current design coordinator, and during my conversation I inquired about the process of sending design tools and such as posters, and he mentioned that they use a combination of Photoshop and Canvas. As someone who has experience with both tools, I find this approach effective and logical. I believe that meeting the members of the subcommittee will be beneficial for building a more effective working relationship.
Thank you. We'll proceed to Christina. Go ahead.
I plan to organize weekly and monthly meetings with the team to discuss our program and to discuss the things that we will have to do like in 2 or 3 months because I will need time to do the designs. It's actually a hard thing to do and it can't be done overnight.
Thank you very much. The last question on the list is from GPSA. Go ahead.
Myself, Yusuf Grace. Have you talked to your predecessor to identify talked to your predecessor to identify any problems that arise with the position? And if yes, if there were problems, how do you plan to solve them?
Thank you, GPSA. We'll take Christina first. Go ahead.
Yes, I have talked to Jason, and I have to say a big thank you because he answered all my questions and he explained me that my responsibilities will be, and I didn't find any problems.
Thank you, Yusuf.
Yeah, I just want to spoken to the current design coordinator, like I said, and I'm confident that any potential problem can be resolved in long term, and also there will naturally be a familiarization phase. I'm certain that I can overcome any challenges and adapt quickly.
Thank you. And the last question from PPSA.
Adam, PSA Poland. My question was the last question was misunderstood. We meant not do you consider the cooperation, but do you consider like which specific department you consider as crucial? Like, do you think that you should pay more attention to cooperation with a department or maybe advocacy department or standardization department? Like, not do you consider at all, but specify which department is the most important for you.
Thank you, PPSA. For that, first we'll take. Yeah, Christina, sorry for the confusion. And also remember about your name and position, the candidates as well.
Christina, design coordinator candidate. It's hard to answer to your question, but because I think that every department is important, because the design coordinator has to do the visuals for all the EPSA organization. So I have to cooperate with all the departments, not just a specific one. And I actually plan to do it.
Thank you very much. And we will take Yusuf now.
Yusuf, design coordinator candidate. I think I can say what Christina said because design coordinator reflects everything about EPSA, and but someone in department has the idea, you can strictly talk to the like educational affairs such. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't see any points on the list. PPSA?
I don't use it for that. What are you plan? How do you plan to communicate with other parts, other members of your department to make this communication and information flow sufficient and effective?
Thank you, PPSA. We'll type the question in the chat in a minute. Okay, you got it, Yusuf. Go ahead.
I think PSA community have already got like WhatsApp or something, but I think I can communicate to the people one by one, and sometimes if something concerns everyone, I will talk with you.
Thank you very much. Christina, go ahead.
Christina, design coordinator candidate. I plan to create a chat online on a usual communicative platform to be in touch with every member every hour when we will have questions, and also by emails. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We do not have any more points on the list, so I'll ask the floor if there are any more questions to the candidates. I do not see any, so we can proceed to the final speech from the candidates. Here we'll start off with the 1 minute speech from Yusuf, so go ahead.
I want to say design is interesting to me, and I want to design like every time. For designing for EPSA is something else for me, and it will be perfect. And I want to reflect the ideas of EPSA effectively and clearly. Thank you.
Thank you, Yusuf. Now, Christina, also 1 minute.
Thank you for this opportunity to speak with you today. I want to take a moment to reiterate my strong interest and motivation to work for EPSA as a design coordinator. I am also incredibly motivated by the prospect of working with a talented team at EPSA. I believe that collaboration and teamwork are essential to achieve great results, and I am excited about the opportunity to work with a group of individuals who share the same ideas and commitment to excellence. Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, we concluded the part with the questions to the candidates. So thank you to both of you. We will now proceed with the presentation. Yes, so as proposed by the executive, will be the as informed person, as the executive informed the audit committee member, drop the application, will apply in the second round. So we will not be taking this position now, and the call for this will be reopened. There will also be a promotion at the end of the elections. And with that, we conclude for now the part, this part of the elections. During the lunch break, the executive will convene to discuss the coordinator application, and after the break, we'll come back with the motion and the discussion about the candidates. Since we have the system now, we can switch the substitute PC, thanks Martina, and we'll proceed to the, let's say, regular walk of the GA, and we'll go to the part relating to the EPSA event. For this, I'll ask Marlena or Katrin. Gabriel?
You will present please that it will be next session.
Sorry, was there, could you maybe?
Please present, this is not made in the agenda.
it should be one of the chairpersons, probably Mavina first. Okay, we'll fix the presentation in the meantime. Sorry for the confusion. We'll take the report of the chairperson of the 18th Fulton Assembly, Mavina Tsalide, Gabriel. Ah, yeah, and we'll change the exec. We'll invite the current exec to the table as well. We're still in the standing orders. This is just a small. Okay, can we proceed? Okay, we'll proceed with the report from Mavina. So ask if there are any updates of the writing of the report.
Marina, chairperson of the AA, past chairperson now. So this was my final chairperson report, so I don't have any updates for you, but I'm here for questions if you need to answer. And the final financial report will be presented in the next.
Thank you, Mavina. So, as said, the final financial report will be presented in the GA in the AA. So, if you have any financial questions, these will be clarified then. However, I will ask the floor if there are any questions relating to the report itself. I'll open up the floor. Clement, go ahead.
Chairperson IC23. I would actually like to raise out a point in the GA about the financial situation and like situation that happened in Greece. I'm not sure if the LSs are aware of it, but it was big like financial deficit because of the situation in Athens, and that was kept on persons burden. Like one person has to take the loan for this, and this is something I feel, and I'm also talking in the name of the RC here, something which is not acceptable for my standards, and I also think that should be discussed and should some changes regarding regulations in the torso or in any other regulations should be made about this, and discussion should be made about this. I am aware that this point was raised already in Athens, but as I understood, there was no discussion there. So here you are at the next GA. I hope you didn't forget about this. This is important thing, and I would just say that this is a responsibility of EPSA also and the National Association, and it cannot happen that one person has to cover for one event. So I would say that if EPSA is there in the good times, so let's say if there is a profit on the Congress, money goes or part of the money goes to EPSA side. EPSA should be there also in bad times. Because of this, that there should be one point and one term in the regulation that states that also EPSA financially helps when there is a deficit. Yeah, you are the LSS, you're representing your associations. I think this is this information to your associations. Yeah, that's it. I hope there will be some discussion here. I hope you won't be quiet about this because it is also important for the future RCs, and they would be more confident if they would know that
there is someone, or let's say some organization covering for them if something bad happens. Um, yeah, and that's it from my side.
Thank you, Clement. I just want to clarify, Javier, was this a new point or? Okay, sorry. And then we have a direct from Apple. Go ahead.
Beatriz Zapata Portugal. We do understand your concerns for real. We just think that it's better for us to give a more solid opinion when the final financial report is shown, because right now we don't have the exact numbers on how this is going. So we would prefer to discuss this in the next GA when we actually have the right numbers that happen during the event.
Thank you, Ahmed. First, there's. Okay, we'll take Clement first with the direct. Go ahead. Clement, yeah, in the back.
Chairperson IC23. Yes, you don't have the exact numbers now, but some changes or some proposals for the regulation changes can be made, and this is like independent of the number that is. It can be 500 euros of minus, or I don't know, 10,000 euros of minus, but the regulation change should be made, and this is independent of the total amount of it. So I think here and now there's a right place for discussion.
Thank you. Just to inform you, the regulation changes deadline for this GA has already passed. There will be another one for the other GA. Malina, with the point of information.
Marlene, DPAA. No, just for everybody, no member association has either approached me as being part of the executive, nor Clement as being part of Lions on the Affairs Department about this regulation change before.
Thank you, Malina. We proceed to a direct comment from Malina.
Malina, chairperson of the EPSA. So I do agree with Clement, and I know that we have not approached Marlene about any regulation change. That's why nothing is proposed for now. It's just to bring it to the attention of the GA, because what at least I have noticed from my personal experience as RCA and also discussing with other RCs, the fact that the mandates change every year calls for the information to get lost. So the thing is that if we bring it up, then your successors will not forget during the next GA. Because what happened with us in others is not a matter of how much money we lost or like the final number, which will of course be discussed when the right time comes, but it is a matter of why it happened and how it can be prevented.
Thank you, Marlina. We now have Fed. Spain. Go ahead.
Victor from Spain. We really agree with Clement and with Marina because we find it really discouraging for next RCs to do EPSA events. And we know many EPSA events are still open for hosting them. So we propose that we work for it for next year. So we have to. We think that we have to discuss it here. So for the next year, we have something to propose and to share with the executive. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm speaking of this with Anna, just this, PSA, PSA, and Malvina, and also a technical from Gabriel that takes priority. I'll give you the microphone in a minute.
Gabriel, President, I would ask that this is not discussed here because it's not about the content or the approval of the report. There's AOB. We can extend and have the emergency GA later if we have a lot of AOB points. But right now, if we continue and have a full discussion on an unplanned point, during this point, we will not have time for all of the events and the alumni reports during the session.
Thank you, Gabriel. Does the room agree to proceed with the discussion of the report? Postpone the financial matters to AOB. Thank you. And I'll ask just about the new points of about the financial content of the report content. So, Anna, okay, it's dropped. Just over there. It's dropped. CCPSA. Go ahead.
Dominica, this is a page to Republic. You mentioned in your report that the education officer role wasn't clearly communicated. So you wanted to ask, like, what was the difference between what you thought in the beginning and what was the reality? Thank you.
Thank you, CCPSA. Mavina?
Marina, chairperson of the 18th. So at the beginning, because also this position is not this position, mainly the educational program is something that is discussed with the RC, but the final decisions and everything is supposed to be EPSA. Like EPSA is responsible at the end about the educational program. So what happened is that at the beginning we thought that more speakers would come from the EPSA side and that more things would be done in case of their information about what would be provided to them during the Congress. And at the end, between the it would be communicated earlier. We understand that since 3 mandates changed, there's possible loss of information, but that's still a problem if we're not the ones knowing about it earlier.
Thank you. We now have CPSA. Okay, it's dropped direct from Iris.
Iris, participant and treasurer of the 18th EPSA Assembly. Just quickly elaborate more the thing about the speakers. It's a little financial, but just understand Marina's report. We paid beforehand for all the participants and all the speakers and all the treasurer and everything. And we paid to the hotel for food and accommodation for 15 speakers. And then at the end we had less speakers, and half of the speakers that attended the Congress paid themselves the hotel. They booked a room in the hotel and they paid it. And we had already booked a room for them. And also they didn't eat at the hotel at all, but we have paid meal for them. So this was like a cost that it could be avoided, and I think it's again all problem with communication with all the mandates, and I don't know, but I just wanted to elaborate more about that.
Thank you. We now have a direct from Avina.
Avina, chairperson of the 18th. So yes, it's not to put the blame on someone individually for that. It's a general thing that we've been an RC for 2 years, but even a little bit more, and that 3 mandates changed in EPSA during this time. So even a bit of information being lost or misunderstood in between can cause problems for the RCA. And of course, no one could know, like 2 years before, what the situation be at the end. So yes, I want to make that clear that we're not individually attacking anyone or anyone from previous mandates as well, individually. It's just a general thing that EPSA should also consider more and pay more attention, because it could cause problems also to the educational program, but also financially, as we saw in our case.
Thank you, Maria, and direct from KPSB.
Evening, KPC Netherlands. Thank you for your report and also the great work in Athens. Just wanted to mention that. But about this point, do you think that there should be a different way that the RC works together with the EPSA team? Because there's an events coordinator that's supposed to be like the main bridge, but then at the same time you have this gap now with education officer, like that their communication. So do you think there could be like a structural change improvement, or is it just a general communication needs to be better and that's it?
Mavina.
Lavina, chairperson of the 18th AA. So, because it's something we've noticed only in the last part of our running as RC, and I personally, at least, or my educational officer, could not identify the exact moment things started to have problems. I would suggest that all of the RCs come together, or the educational officers, and discuss about this so that we can form a more broad opinion on this. Because this was our case, and also I cannot identify the exact moment that this started to happen. So I cannot say that it was general communication, but I cannot say it was this meeting that caused the problem. And we had a really active events coordinator as well. We were super lucky to have Kathy as our
finance coordinator and be present every meeting with any department. So I don't think I can still identify that problem, but I know this it exists. That's what's the point. And any suggestions would be great for next exercise as well. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. And I also have Kasia with a new comment.
Kasia Viviedo. Yeah, I wanted to thank you for noting this as well for us because how it usually works. Some things are discussed most of the things were discussed by my predecessor, and then there are meetings between the old education department and the new one. So I think we should also now with the future with the upcoming 23 put a lot of focus on communication and making sure that the new educational department is up to date with what was discussed before, and that the educational department and also the RC they are on the same page. So yeah.
Thank you, Kasia. And do we have Malina? Go ahead.
Malika VPA, and maybe as a more general approach, also because the events coordinator is in my department, we always take the feedback of the RCs into account and are trying to, of course, better our communication with every RC to enable everybody to have the best event possible. And we also noticed there is trouble with the communication between RCs, and that is definitely something that we will either try to tackle in the handover period, but also how to follow with our successors to improve the relationships.
Thank you, Marlene. Do we have any more points for the report in the room? KPS3, go ahead.
Eline KPC Netherlands. Just wanted to stress the point that we really hope that indeed there's going to be a lot of work with learning from organizing the event. Okay, wait, basically, so in the report there's stuff about people not attending sessions or maybe the program being a bit overpacked. And I don't want to extend this discussion too much to go into what everyone's solution is, but we just want to stress that these are important points made in the report, and we really hope that our C and team take a look at that, and that we all also think about it so it can be brought to the so it can all be improved basically, because it's related to a point brought up earlier about free nights, no free nights, and it's something we should really strive to always keep on improving.
Thank you, Ken PSV. Do we have any more questions or points? I do not see. Go ahead, Kathy.
Kathy, events coordinator. Marina, I just want to thank you also for your nice words. You saw me basically tearing up at the back of the GA. Thank you for everything. And now the only thing really remaining is the financial report, which you will present in Spain. So thank you all. It was a pleasure to work with you. Also to have you in the team as chairperson and to have you very engaged in every team activity we had so far. So thank you for all.
Thank you, Kathy. And a final voice from Marina.
Okay, so Marina, chairperson of the 18th So five years ago, I started in Barlo, in the Netherlands. That was my first congress. And now I can even recognize executives from back then, the back of the room. Hello, yes, which makes me really happy. And those people were my inspiration to try and bring EPSA closer to Greek students. I'm really happy to see that this happened, that Greek students are so engaged. And I had amazing successors as an LS and as everything that I tried to bring to EPSA, and I'm really proud of GPSF right now. I'm really proud of the RC of the 18th EPSA Autumn Assembly. I'm really proud of what we managed to do. We were a small association, and we still managed. I hope that you were there, had fun, and I wish that to organize an EPSA event, because even though you hear a lot about problems and financials and everything, at the end is how much you believe in that. If when you feel ready, take the opportunity. It's once in a lifetime. Being in EPSA is great, and I'm really really glad and really really proud of my journey in EPSA as well. And you should all be proud of your journey in EPSA as well, because you're really making a difference, and you should remember that you are making a difference. And of course, I want to thank the EPSA team, because even though we had our issues and all of them were packed in the last months, and I understand we were not the most relaxing conversators during this time, they were always there mentally. It's a marathon, events are marathons for the RCs, and the EPSA team was there to support us in any way they could. And I'm also really grateful that I see they are taking and you are taking into account what we propose also for the next RCs, to bring EPSA also closer to the students, not further away. Events are where we come together, and it's really important to keep that in mind. And thank you also to all of you for listening to me for so long. But it's my last time here, and I'm super emotional. Thank you.
Thank you, Martina. GPSF.
Method GPSF Grace is working. GPSF would also like to thank Marina for making us proud with this unforgettable event. And I would like to say that there were some points raised and some concerns about the organization of events, and I would ask you all to reflect on possible changes, and so that there is proper communication between the roles and proper allocation of tasks and the appropriate recognition of these tasks in the end.
Thank you, GPSF. Thank you, Martina. We'll proceed to the vote on the accepting of the report. The motion reads: the 65th EPSA General Assembly approves the Annual Congress Report 2022-2023 of the Chairperson of the Reception Committee of the 18th Autumn Assembly. I will open up the floor for the discussion. Do we have any more points? I do not see any. Andrei, with a technical. Gabriel. The floor is closed. Thank you, Gabriel. We'll proceed now to voting. I'll ask the floor if there are any abstentions. Who is against? And who goes for? Thank you. I have 22 votes for, none against, and no abstentions. The motion was carried. We'll proceed to the next point, being the update on the 23rd EPSA Summer University. I'll ask Olivia to the front, and I'll put up the presentation. Wait, I'll make it a bit larger. Can you see? Everything? Okay. And okay, we'll proceed with the update. So Olivia, go ahead.
Olivia, chairperson of the Summer EPSA University 2023. For those of you who've been to the team meeting, it will be very similar presentation, just so you know. But well, we can move the slides. As you know, just as you know, the Summer University will take place between 25th and 29th of July in Warsaw, in Poland. So I encourage you and all of your delegations to come and visit us. And also, like if you have any questions regarding any process of the Summer University, just reach me. Even something was not yet announced, I'm always open to answer your questions. So just so you know, we will also try to like satisfy you. As for the accommodation part, we already have the hostel booked for
breakfast included, which like the first payment will have to be done by the end of May, so half of it, and the other will be made like before the end of June. And as for that, until the end of May, we have a chance to reduce the number of participants without any financial responsibilities. So that's the main reason why we also are applying for this hostel. Just if you also have any questions regarding that, this is the same hostel we proposed in the bid. So just read. So the educational part of the program will take at the complex of Medieval University of Warsaw, where there will be space for the satellite sessions as well for the workshops and trainings. There will be like the educational program will happen in two of the buildings, which are separated 5 minutes walking. So everything will be in one place. It's also like near the hostel, so around 20 minutes like around 15 minutes with the bus or something. So just it's not really far away. So everyone will be able to travel either by bus or Uber because it's really cheap in Poland. But everyone will also get the transportation tickets for all the events, so they will be not paying for the transportation itself. Also from the educational part, we also have two conference speakers for the satellite sessions and the workshops for EPSA side. Social events, so we are still in the middle of discussing some parts of it, but we are discussing to have a gala night in the Venezia Hotel, which is like seems really expensive, and we are still trying to adjust the budget to it. But we are also discussing it within RC even if we should change it or not. It's not booked, but we have a chance to have it with the relatively cheap price comparing to the other placements of the other venues that are offered. So, well, I also listed pros and cons in the spreadsheet, like in the slide. So if you can read the presentation, I think you can also update it with the package. I don't know if it's there. So everyone can see it, and then you can just reflect and go back to it during the questions. So for the opening ceremony, we are also, this is the venue we presented in our list. We reached them with, to achieve the cheaper price than compared to the bids, and well, we are still in the middle of discussion for the contract and how, like, what are their expectations, what's important here. This is the venue we already organize events in, so we know the place. We also know how the venue is, I don't know, behaving in terms of contracts and like receiving their feedback will be also important. And then like I will also try to inform you via email what we decided and why if you would like to know. So that's for here you can also see like if you're following our Instagram account that we were trying to be active here in Slovenia. If you are not following our accounts, I would gladly ask you to do it now. It is we are on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. We'll also have the website, which will be on the PPSA domain. It's still not ready, but it will be like in May. So just wait for it, and you will also like be able to reach it through our other social sites. Yeah. And that's like this is the design we proposed at first. You could see it when you were taking pictures, but we'll probably adjust it thanks to all the helping Slovenian team like wearing their t-shirts. So we want to like try to be like have something better than we already proposing thanks to them. So that's the first impression, but wait for the other ones for you. Like, this is not relevant. For the budget, so we will open the bank account in the like as a sub account of the PPSA side, which will be accessible for the transparency and all the invoices through exercise. So we will be able to provide every invoice to them. And but our treasurer, like PPSA treasurer, will be the only one to have the access actual one. But I hope it will be enough for you to like see that we are transparent with money. And adjust our budget compared to the first proposition. We're trying to come up with a solution for the coming inflation and what we can do actually to be able to organize the event in the same standards that we originally planned. But at the same time, inflation in Poland is really big, and we unfortunately cannot lower the price at the summer university, which will be 250 euros as originally proposed. But we will try to get as many opportunities for the students during the event that you will be satisfied with the price for the event as well. We know, like originally I said that we will try to lower the price for the event, but even if we consider inflation in our thinking and finances, it was not really possible to adjust it accordingly. So I have on the reception committee, I'm really sorry for that. Registration period will happen like first we will have two phases. It will be 8 of starting with 8 of May. We have the gap between registration where all the whole price will be the same, like 250 euros. But I stressed in the team meeting that we want to for the first phase registration to have special benefits that we will work on, and we didn't have a chance to work on it during the event. So also the benefits will be announced before the registration starts. Just for your information, we really need that break in registration, so it's not possible to make that long registration. As for partnerships, so there is quite a lot of updates. First one is that we. So first one is that we reached several sponsors, also on the sponsor that we already had as EPSA or different ones like pharmaceutical companies, like cosmetic companies, also not related to the pharmacy but like medical field in general and like public health, because our topic of the event is the teamwork, future of the interdisciplinary healthcare. So we were trying to make as much as possible out of the topics to reach as many parties involved in the topic as well, so we can have more partnerships. But we already received 3 declines, they didn't want to sponsor us. We didn't receive many more answers, although we are contacting them for more than a month now. And we are currently in a discussion with the 2 companies that will probably answer their what's their opinion on that, if they want to sponsor us or not after the AC, because we also have a meeting set up with them. But in general, it's really hard to achieve partnerships, also because this is the international event, not a Polish event, and they really are looking for Polish students to attend. And well, we are trying to increase the attendance of Polish people through the helping team, so it will be more like for them to also because they usually the partnerships in Poland are trying to reach as many people who will be able to work in their companies as possible, and usually it applies to only Polish people, and that's the main issue I think for us with the partnerships. And if you would have any ideas how we can actually elaborate on that, and how would you try to contact the partners so they will be more likely to sponsor the international event on this scale, then I would really appreciate it, because we are focused finances. Because if we would have more sponsors, then we can also reduce the price of the registration, and it is our priority actually to do so. So that's it. We also have university is giving us the money for the more educational materials, etc., which will cover those that we probably had in the budget as well in the beginning. So this is relatively not lots of money, lots of amount of money, but it's around 1,000 euros, which is something at the beginning. So this is also what we can work with. And basically, we also are trying to reach the university to help us with reaching partners as well. So it will be helpful for us to be more reliable, etc. So they will be more likely to sponsors to agree on what we want. We also have already the media partners. You can see their names here. Most of them are available in Poland, and they're Polish sites, but we are reaching with the partners, not sponsor us, but only so we
we are like making a collaboration on like promotion, etc. So the event will be more reliable for the partners, like sponsors, to give us money or materials, promotional, so just be part of the event. And well, this is going well. Like people are really interested, and we are also thinking of using that as a promotion. So they will be more like we will think of how we can utilize the African partners as well, and we are reaching more of them. And this is actually the last slide. So we also have some honorary partnerships, or which will be like the city of Warsaw. We are also reaching them for like partnerships with the tickets, so we will reduce the cost of transportation. National Chamber of Work in Warsaw, no, pharmaceutical chamber, I'm sorry, pharmaceutical chamber in Warsaw, as well as the University of Warsaw. So honorary partnerships, just to avoid the questions, are made for like just to distinguish normal partners and like media partners from like something like higher, like educational parts. So they are supporting us, and also it's really relevant for all EPSA events. So we are like doing what we are usually doing during our events. And well, also regarding because during the thinking I said that I had the like I will send the emails to ELSs regarding the registration for the summer university last week. So on Friday I was supposed to send it, but then like I didn't manage before the AC started, so I didn't want to burden you with the registration facts about the summer university. But you will receive it right after events ends because I have it ready, and also all the promotional materials for your own associations. So that's it. I'm sorry that I've been long. I tried to keep fast, but it was super sorry.
Thank you, Olivia. Do we have any questions about the presentation and the updates? KPSV, go ahead.
Elime KPC Dallas, thank you for your report and your hard work for the Summer University. We're really excited about it because we think it's a very valuable event that has very different qualities than the big congresses. So question, is there a specific reason why you only started promoting or using the Instagram account from the beginning of March? So I'm talking about the SU Instagram account. It's going to be one account that is continuously used, so it's not specific to the one event.
Thank you, KPSV. Olivia?
Olivia, chairperson of the Summer University 2023. So thank you for your question. I'm actually like I feel really bad that we started so late, and I know that it's really relevant for the event, so to engage more students, also for the associations promote the event. Although we actually struggled with promotional funds as well, and for the like preparing the materials, and it's really like for us it's a new event. Actually, this is the first EPSA event for all of us, so we didn't actually knew how to approach it and how to actually promote the event itself. And I know it sounds stupid, but like if you don't have an idea and plan, then you have to like plan it first. And it took more time than we thought in the beginning. So that's the main reason. I don't know if it's
Thank you, KPSV.
Elena KPC Nellis, in your RC team, do you have someone responsible for promotion? Okay, so what did that person do then? Because you can be inexperienced, but if it's your main position, then I would expect that person to like research into the position, right?
Thank you, Olivia.
Olivia, chairperson of the Summer University 2023. So we have PR and design officers, and I think the main reason was that we also had to create the content apart from just creating the post, but also like regarding the inputs that we want to get. So also like knowledge regarding the summer and us what it actually is and how to approach promotion. And I think the main reason was like lack of time for us at that time, because it was like really close like period also like for the like exam session etc. And it stopped in the end of February, and we didn't manage to promote it before February. So that's why the whole February was closed and we started in March, and it was I think it was too late as well. So
thank you, KPSV.
Elena KPC Netherlands, thank you for elaborating on it. Basically, what's done is done. We think it's a very sad opportunity because it's not, I understand you need a lot of information for to post. You cannot just say like, well, it is content, but the thing is, it's in summer and a lot of people make plans. So I think an essential thing that we already knew way back was like, you know, the location and the dates were also set. So if you have those two things, take over the Instagram account, put that on there. The rest will be like more information coming soon because all the beautiful things about who is in the team and like the super detailed program, it's fine for later because that's what you want to know when you're applying. But beforehand, you need to know when it's happening. And now I have to make a post myself to put a save the date for this event, which is such a waste because you want people to come. So that's just more feedback for the future. I know it's like they're calling you a star for being harsh, but you're just really saying it's such a waste.
Thank you, Olivia.
Audiential person of the Summer University 2023. So I really would like to thank you for your input, and I actually like recently read it. So that's like we cannot, as you said, undone things, but we will try to like don't over like do your like. I don't want you to do our work, just so you know. So we will try to be as active as possible for us, and we will try to like make up for the gap that we have. So I'm like I really grateful for all your comments.
Thank you, thank you, Olivia. Thank
And in KPC Netherlands, I was sort of direct, but also like bullshit, but it's not bullshit because I wanted to say, I think the design is really pretty and I already saw it in Athens with the beautiful flowers. So that's what I also used to make my post. So like, you make it simple for yourself. You already made a great presentation in Athens. You can basically use like an image of that. And yeah, that was pretty. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. Speak to the have any more remarks, questions, comments for the SU updates? I do not see any. Kathy?
Kathy, events coordinator. I will just be very quick. Thank you, Olivia, for presenting the report and all the work done. I enjoy having you in the department. And I'm also GA for time because we want to go to lunch. Thank you all.
Thank you. Olivia?
Once more, I would like to thank you for like reading our report as well. And also I would like to encourage you to come to Poland and see our beautiful country. So I hope you will all have fun like during Gala today. And I would like to like use this opportunity to thank all the Slovenian RC and helping team for making this event possible as well.
We will now proceed to the update of the 19th episode of Assembly. For this, I will ask Javier to the front. I'll just... Javier, go ahead.
So I'll be very Javier, chairperson of the Assembly, next to everyone. I'll be very fast because we have to save some time. So yeah, I will start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Javier, chairperson of the Assembly. So basically, these are the updates of the Autumn Assembly. You can go down on the presentation. I can Thanks. Yeah. So the general updates. The contract with the union was signed, so they will give us the educational venue for free. So that's a good point for you to know. All that appears there, nothing worth it. The so yeah, the main update and the worst one is the educational venue. So at first we had everything on the Faculty of Pharmacy, but the symposium was at the Polytechnic Faculty, which between them it's like 10 minutes walking or less, depending on your path. But now the uni constructions are happening. Sorry for my English, I'm not that smart like you all, so sorry. But yeah, so constructions at the uni are happening, and this I got updated like on the 13th of April, like so last week. So we will have to divide on other faculties. They are all around the campus, so it won't be a problem. But still, I will try to get more updates for next meetings, and of course, we will try to have everything as in the same place to not divide everything. This is the hotel accommodation. We have It's very simple. We have two hotels. You can go to the Google Maps. Those are you can go. This took a long time to rent to book these hotels because we asked like 25 hotels or more, and the money was so high for us. So this was a big challenge for the RC and for the district officer, and that's it. You can go. This is a small one. For the educational program, nothing big. We are currently inviting the speakers, and after I see everything will go more in this matter. For the social events, we decided to have a free night, as you maybe know. Then we will have also a Spanish and theme night. We are currently exploring this idea, so we will let you know if it's finally happening. Yeah, we contacted some places that they are near the hotel, so that's amazing for going to speak early if you want. For alumni weekend, nothing concrete. We have a provisional program, and we plan a meeting with Chloe. So we will see because Maria is here and she's alumni officer. We continue for finances and sponsors. We have a bank account, and we have our first 3,000 euros divided by FE, 1,000 euros, and FEO is a private university, so they gave us 2,000 euros. We contacted a lot of sponsors. When I mean a lot, I mean a lot of sponsors. We have a stakeholder map, like it's a huge map, but it's complicated, guys. They say they don't have money, which is nonsense because we have a lot. We are trying. We have a lot of meetings scheduled for next week. Even the partners sponsorship officers, they meet every Tuesday. So we are trying like really hard on this matter. Also, okay, this is the Congress t-shirt. You can take pics, but we can move on. For public relations, we created the account, as you may know. You can follow us on Instagram. Is there the name? Yes, it's the same name as it states there. And we will start not promotion, but just to let the people that we exist. We will put the logo presentation. That's it. For the helping team, we have 30 students that are involved in the helping team. Just want to state that a lot of people in the Faculty of Pharmacy from the first year and the second year are joining the helping team, even though they don't know a shit about EPSA, sorry. But we will, of course, do team buildings and sessions, trainings, etc. to get to know EPSA. These are helping team, some of them. And for future actions, of course, keep working on getting the first sponsors. This is our main task now. But also, of course, have everything of logistics signed. And of course, prepare for registrations, which, okay, they are opening in 1st of July, but we'll have to prepare for this. And also, of course, on educational matters, we will have to keep looking for speakers. Thank you.
Thank you, Javier. I'll ask the floor if there are any questions about the updates. Back of the direct and then PSV.
Victor from Spain. We are so glad to invite you to the AA. Thank you, Javier, for everything. Please, if you have any questions or concerns, just reach us. Maybe Javier or Turina, my OD, or myself, if you want. Please share among your students. Thank you.
Thank you, PSV.
Again, PhD the Netherlands. Thank you for your presentation. We're also very excited, and we think Spain is a very charming location, so hopefully a lot of Dutchies want to join. A question, how many members are there in your RC, and how many of them are present here and or have been to an EPSA Congress?
Thank you, PSV. Javier?
Javier, chairperson of Open Assembly. So our RC is quite big because we started on January 2021, and because I didn't know how to organize an EPSA event, I thought it would be a settle and everything with work. And also to your second question, I think we are here like four of us: alumni officer, registrations officer, that is Lucia, and Victor, he's the vice chairperson also, and Maria, alumni officer, and yeah, Manuel from Fair Spain, Mario, and Isabel. They all of them went to an EPSA Congress, but for the rest, they didn't.
Javier, KPSB.
In KPC Netherlands, first a question about, did you talk to the events coordinator about the structure of an RC before trying to gather it yourself?
KPSB, Javier.
Javier, chairperson of the assembly. Yes, I reached Kathy and also the other EPSA team members. And I asked like if there was something written about the big RC number, and they said like it's up to you in the end, like it's up to us, because it's nothing stated. You only have to fill the positions, and then if you want people to help, that's okay. So yeah, that's why I decided to create in the beginning this big RC, which I don't recommend by now.
Thank you, Javier. We have Iris with direct from Kathy, sorry. Go ahead, Kathy.
Kathy, events coordinator. I did state this, but I also added that in general we recommend RCs to be between 8 and 14 people, and that we would not recommend having a super big RC because it might be difficult to coordinate. I just wanted to add this.
Thank you, Javier.
Javier, chairperson of the assembly. Yes, I totally agree with that statement, and of course, Kathy always said the best recommendations that she has, which are great. But in that moment, I was so insecure of myself being only 8 or 14, between 8 or 14. So that's why I decided to create this big RC. I now don't recommend.
Thank you. And we have a new comment from Iris. Go ahead.
Iris, participant. I just want to say some correct words, like for the finances. Keep the good work. We contacted more than 200 companies for our congress. So just push through, contact with them like again and again and again and again, and we received more sponsorship the last 2 weeks of the congress than we had the last 4 months before the congress. So just keep pushing.
Thank you. We now have a new comment from KPSB. Go ahead.
Elena came busy in the Netherlands, so about the point from the RC, we would really recommend to soon have a set structure for your team and not have the chances of people dropping in or adding on, like have it structured. And also we understand it's obviously like expensive and busy to go to EPSA congresses before, so it's understandable that not many of them are present here, nor were they in Athens. But please make sure that your RC is in contact with other RCs and also like with anyone that brings an EPSA event, because really that's where you get the feedback like a participant that when can tell you so much more than just you with your own brain. So really take that feedback into account and look at those reports. That's going to be really important to make a proper congress.
Thank you very much. Javier?
Javier, chairperson of the assembly. Yeah, thanks for the comment. I'm really aware of this situation. That's why I encourage them all to go and to come. But unfortunately, they couldn't in the end. There was Julia, who is also who is the second. She was coming, and in the end, she couldn't. So yeah, we will promote a lot the summer university, and we'll have a meeting planned for them to know that this event is happening, and that it's really important if they don't have anything planned in summer to go there if they can afford it. So yeah, we are trying, like really, on these things.
Thank you. Direct KPSB.
Helena KPC Netherlands, just to clarify, I'm not saying that you should, I mean, obviously promote the summer university, but this is not like the most essential part. It's also any other Spanish participant who's not RC can still give their feedback, or any participant here. And like I said, the previous RC. So really, you can do your own research without having to spend any money because there's people that have the knowledge. That's really important. Thanks.
Thank you, PSP. We now have Stu.
Anita for the Slovenia, excuse me, we didn't quite understand the plans for the evening events. Can you explain it again?
Would it help, Javier?
Javier is our president of the Electoral Assembly. Just to have it in there. So we decided to have first of all a free night in between because we gathered some feedback from previous RCs and EPSA team. So that's why we decided to have in the middle of the Congress a free night, first of all. Then the Spanish and theme night is because as we wanted everything as go as planned, we wanted to mix these nights, but Maria, the main officer, said that this will probably cause some confusion on the nights. So it's just an option that we are exploring, even though it says that we will have the Spanish and the theme night together. Apart from that, do you have any other thing?
We do not have any questions registered apart from that. Go ahead.
Elena again, PhD, the Netherlands. Just in general about events, like right now there's not that much time booked for it, and I'm sorry, but I feel a bit pressure from GA or a team that it's like, oh, we need to rush it a bit. And we just want to stress that maybe that we do not completely feel comfortable with that, in the sense that events are super, super important, because that's one of the main things that we give to our members. Like, so many of the Dutch people don't know EPSA really, but like they go to the Congress because that's really important. So it's really important for us to be able to give good feedback on it. But I do also agree that it won't really be beneficial to have a long discussion about it now during GA. Like, that's not what GA is for. So I want to more suggest that maybe we can try a way that RC can, like, for example, send this afterwards to us over email. So then we have the time to ask the questions if we are concerned, because I think there's a lot of stuff that we would still be interested to know. But yeah, it's not for GA right now. So I just want to suggest that maybe we can have another opportunity to still be really updated about the program, which also goes for SU, by the way.
Thank you. Technical drop. Go ahead.
Javier, chairperson of the assembly. Of course, I can send it afterwards. And of course, if anyone has any question, I will be there to answer. And if you want meetings to update, of course, I will update you. So don't worry, everything information will be shared. And
Thank you. We'll move on from the speaking list. Kathy.
Kathy events coordinator again. I also want to thank you for all the work, and I'm excited to, at the next point, have you officially be part of the Journal Affairs department and to see some of the RC members here live.
Thank you. Okay.
So I just want to thank you, Kathy, for your work and help. You are really helpful. Previously, when you were events coordinator, when I was PC, and also because I asked a lot of questions before we were applying, and in this current mandate. So thank you very much. I also want to thank the chairperson group that we have, because I asked a lot of questions there. So thank you, Clement, thank you, Olivia, thank you, Marina, thank you, all of you that are answering my questions. Thanks for this amazing event, Clement, and all the RC and Pepin team. You are doing great. And that's all. Also, thanks to the ESA team, because the current and the previous one, because I did ask a lot of questions to them, and they were so nice to me, and they were always supportive. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Javier, for the updates. We'll proceed to the So now we'll appoint you as the 19th episode from Assembly Chairperson. I will read out the motion. The motion reads: the 65th episode General Assembly appoints Javier Seiko Mayoral, as the 19th episode of Assembly Chairperson. I open up the floor for discussion. And Marina?
My name is Vivier. So now it's my voice. I'm very, very happy to welcome you to the Internal Affairs Department. We've been missing you in the team for like half a year in between. But I'm very glad to have now, for even though it's only a few minutes until Clement leaves us, but now having a complete department with every event chairperson in there, and I'm very happy to get to work with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any more points? I do not see any. Gabriel? Thank you, Gabriel. Then we'll proceed to voting on the motion. I will ask the floor if there are any abstentions. Who is against? And who goes for? Thank you. I have 22 votes for, none against, no abstentions. The motion was carried. Javier, welcome to the team. Yes, thank you. And then we proceed to the discharge of the 44th EPSA Annual Congress 2023 chairperson. I will read out the motion. The motion reads, 65th EPSA General Assembly discharges the Meta, chairperson of the 44th EPSA Annual Congress 2023. This motion shall be effective from the end of the 44th EPSA Annual Congress 2023. I will open up the floor for discussion. Please go ahead.
Chairperson 2023.
Yes, go.
Yeah, it's almost over. I mean, I can't believe it. It's already Saturday. So it's all happened really quick. I would just like to say thank you to the participants firstly. You're like the heart of this event. I would like to thank EPSA team, of course, for collaboration in past year and a half. We had some troubles, but we had also good times and communication. I would like to know that we appreciate your work also. But we were really striving for the highest quality of the Congress, and because of this, we were maybe somewhere and sometimes discussing things really thoroughly, like with enthusiasm. But I hope you appreciate it because I think from my experience, this Congress was really good. I hope you agree with this. I would like to mostly thank to the reception committee, to all other 9 members. You've been amazing for the last year and a half. And of course, the helping team. They're not here, but they were present among the Congress, helping you with all the small details, orientating you, giving instructions. So thank you also to them, all 35 members. Yeah, what to say? I hope you enjoyed it. I would like to encourage you to attend also other EPSA events in the future. Come to Slovenia, not for the Congress, but for touristic purposes or for any other purposes in future. I hope you get great time, and I hope you're waiting for the gala night tonight, which will be, I think, great, the highlight of this Congress. And then I wish you a safe journey back home. Thank you.
Elena, as a Switzerland, I try to keep it, or I will keep it short. We would just like to congratulate you from all of our hearts for the progress that you made. We're really, really impressed with all the work you did over such a long period of time. And this Congress is just like everything is going so smooth. It's well organized. The program is amazing, and yeah, we felt very welcome. And yeah, we are just very impressed with everything you did, with the team you built, and yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Asset. I will now have EPSA.
And to be safe, Grace, I'll try to keep it short as well. A lot of congratulations. Thank you for your support, for your communication with us, for coming to our events and promoting it very, very much. And yes, we are very, very impressed as well.
Hey, Momsa Turkey. I would like to personally thank you on behalf of Momsa for taking care of our second OD. He personally drove us to Mariupol for 2 hours and in the middle of the night, so that I think needs some more appreciation. I would like to personally thank you for that and for the event also.
And touches the Slovenia Klemen, we would like to congratulate you, the whole RC team, and your helping team for getting out such an important event. We know you worked really hard to make this week amazing, and we think we can all agree it was very perfect. The whole educational program was very interesting, and the evening program was so fun. We have seen you grow, develop your ideas, and fight all the problems you have encountered. A huge respect goes towards your work, and we admire the strong connections inside the RC. We believe you really became like a little family. We wanted to emphasize that we are super proud of you and your work, and we wish you a good rest after this week. We think you really, really deserve it.
So, Marina, participant, I guess now as well. So, Clement, I personally and on behalf of the RC in Athens as well, want to thank you and Sustainable and the whole of your RC for all the support. You were our best friends during this journey, and we really appreciate you first as people, and then as a reception committee, and that's the most important. And as I was really proud of my RC back in the AA, now I'm really, really proud as well of your reception committee and every person that helped to put this amazing event. I've been to many events and I will not say the best because I don't want to offend other congresses, but I really, really enjoy this congress. And I hope you are enjoying it as well because you and the RC and everybody deserve it so, so much. Every appreciation and every praise you could get. And again, thank you. Thank you so much.
My name is EPSA. So as happy as I see Javier come in, that's that I am to see you go. I know our department is very flexible with people coming and going, but I'm very happy that you get to spend the majority of the year with us. I know it's not always easy having to lead your own team and the reception committee and everything, while trying to be an active part of EPSA. And I think you achieved it very well, and I wanted to thank you for that, and to also try to get involved in general discussions and being a part of the EPSA team. So thank you so much for that. And we'll miss you, even though it's only been a few, like the last weeks. Yeah.
Kathy, events coordinator. So I also want to thank you for everything and the whole RC. Everyone is here. It's lovely to see, even though you may not think it's lovely to see all the emotions that the speeches are brought up. I still remember the first time that the LS from sorry for the pronunciation, reached out to me. He said, "Hey, we have someone interested in organizing the AC 23." I remember the first meeting we had individually, and I remember all the RC meetings that followed after your preparation of the bid. And after that, when you were appointed, all the meetings we've had, all the effort you put into the organization of this event, you were always very proactive as RC. And I want to thank you for all the work you put into this because it's clearly visible in the organization of this event how hard you worked on it. And you deserve every little appreciation that you're getting here and at the gala. And I want to thank everyone who was involved in this RC helping team.
You guys are great.
Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you, Gabriel. Then we'll proceed to the voting procedure. I will ask the room who abstains, who is against, who goes for. Thank you. I have 22 votes for, none against, and no abstentions, so the motion was carried. Thank you, Clever. Okay, let's go next. Internal Affairs Department has now alumni coordinator report, updates from Chloe. So if I could ask you to come to the front. So Chloe, alumni coordinator, will now present the updates since the writing of the report. So go ahead.
Chloe, alumni coordinator. Since writing my report, I have prepared a the alumni platform together with Alexander, the IT consultant. I have continued working on the alumni weekend together with Ben and have shared information regarding the GA and elections to alumni and have gathered their questions together with.
Thank you. I will ask the floor if there are any questions to the report of the alumni coordinator. EPSA and then
Eline KPC Netherlands. In general, what do you think of the workload slash the value of this position in the team? Since there's a lot of situations where maybe the coordinator itself just needs the alumni and it's just going through the alumni coordinator.
Thank you.
Chloe, alumni coordinator. I think, yeah, I do agree that it's a bit like we can discuss the value of the position. I think the fact that there was COVID for like 2-3 years, we kind of lost touch with the alumni for doing meetings, etc. Last minute, whether I got to create the group, but basically I think it's something that could be reviewed now. Maybe ask the alumni pool if they think it's still a relevant position or if they feel like they can get contact directly with the rest of the team. But I think the situation has changed a lot, at least from the discussion I had with previous alumni posts because of COVID and that it's slowly getting back to how it was.
Direct from KPSV.
Eline KPC Netherlands. Can you explain why the contact was lost so much during COVID? Because alumni are also there online, right? It's a very online specific thing where you can ask the alumni pool through something online, and that never changed during COVID.
Chloe, alumni coordinator. I think that, I mean, alumni are always here. They're also engaged with AUB and they also send questions, but I think that during events, you get less motivated when you're an alumni to join an online event and listen to everything and, and compared to a live event where you can just jump in and all things, but this is something that we can ask directly to alumni. That's it.
Thank you. KPSV, go ahead.
Eline KMPG, the Netherlands, do you not also believe that it's maybe the job of the coordinator to keep reaching out to the alumni? Like, it's not only their job to be, in a sense, come here to ask their questions, but maybe also from the alumni coordinator side to be like, how are you doing? What do you think about my position? Do you want to give any input or like any other decisions made by exec? There was a lot of moments where we heard that alumni only gave their feedback like yesterday, even though these are super important points. So maybe there's something we could do about more actively reaching out to them.
Michael, is this okay? We'll put you on the list. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Chloe, alumni coordinator. I did reach out to alumni very informally in the beginning of the mandate, but it's mainly alumni that I know, so the people I interacted with during my mandate. The alumni pool is like 350 people, so it's kind of difficult to target them specifically. I think like we send emails and reminders, but for what you said about like the fact that alumni gave their input late, maybe my observation on it is the fact that maybe GA packages could be summed up in a way so it could be more accessible to some alumni. But I don't know if this is even something that's really necessary since alumni are familiar with the way EPSA works. It's just that it's time that you need to take off your day when you're not like EPSA is not a priority in your life anymore. So it's also understandable that they're not like hands-on always checking everything EPSA does. So
thank you. Yeah, thank you, Chloe. And Director Maeva, go ahead.
Maeva Alumna, I'll say the last topic that you were mentioning regarding bookiness and so on, the information. I think we have all the information that we need. What is important is for us to know where to get it, but then we just check when we have time and any specifics. Then if there are any really other things that needs input from specific people, then we get booked directly. But it's fine for us just to have general information, and then it's also up to us to just ask further if needed, but most of the time it's okay.
Thank you. Just to clarify, Maeva, do you also have a viewpoint here?
Drop.
Okay, we'll drop it. Sorry for the confusion. We now have fun.
Pauline and France, we believe that employees always have been available and litigated in EPSA. We thank you for all the work and time you gave to EPSA. Annette is very proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Annette, EPSA.
Hey, KPG Netherlands. Thank you for the discussion on like alumni involvement and everything. I just want to stress that we believe alumni can be super important to EPSA because obviously they have had like the history experience, especially also after COVID. You may have this gap of knowledge. And the thing is that alumni coordinator, I think, is the position that's like furthest away from the LSs because we are not like directly involved. We do not know any context what's happening. So I just wanted to stress this point because obviously if you say that the alumni have everything they need and everything is perfect and great, then that's okay, but we don't know. And the report also didn't really go into that. So yeah, I just wanted to say it's super important to keep your alumni involved and happy, and that comes from both sides, both the responsibility of the alumni, but also of EPSA. So that's like why I brought it up at the point of what I'm saying.
Thank you. We first have the direct from Joey. Okay, it's dropped. Patrick, go ahead.
Patrick, also alumnus. Obviously, it's a very valid concern, Eline, that you bring. So definitely thank you for the input. But I also want to stress to the GA that the alumni pool consists out of more than 300 individuals. So we are not a group and we cannot be approached as a group objectively. So for the people who are here now, the general consensus is that we have enough information. But obviously there are 380 other people who we cannot talk for, so we have no idea what their opinion is. But for us now, having in the EPSA team just one contact person is, especially for my individual opinion, is that is the best way to go forward. Because I also experience a lot of difficulties for newer alumni to approach the teams after them. So if you only have one person, you need to break the ice with one person first, and that can also take months. So if you want to approach everyone individually, then you need to break ice multiple times again. So I would definitely underline the importance of having one alumni coordinator being the main contact person and being the one who introduced an alumni to the specific position. But first, be the first point of contact would be also would always be great.
Thank you. And now, go ahead.
We are Michael, just to add something on this, but what I would recommend in order to have like smoother communication and general information flow is either to prioritize an alumni that's very like very not very close, but that knows alumni because she knew them more personally, and for me, which is understandable, there was more distance. And when it's not the case, maybe if LSs get feedback from alumni, feel free to reach out directly to us and make general feedback because we, as alumni coordinators, we get very little feedback on our work or what alumni.
Thank you, Chloe. Do we have any more comments? Go ahead.
Even again, BC the Netherlands. A small question about your report because during at the point of supporting EPSA's project and then your recommendations, you talk about promotion. So you say it might be helpful to prepare in advance when alumni should be reached out to, so promotion can be planned. Can you elaborate on this? What does that mean?
Chloe?
Clue on that. Yeah, I wasn't very clear where my proposal is expected, but basically what I meant is that also from my personal observation, alumni coordinators aren't as regular with EPSA as other coordinators because we have less workload and usually we're like older, so we have other things that we prioritize more, which means that when we get urgent messages to be shared with alumni with a week deadline, it can be sometimes tricky and we can like get it late, which will just make the promotion less good. I wanted to recommend finding a system either like to give a few days notice before sending them an email and not just ask everything urgently, same as we do with PR since it's kind of the same. Also, alumni don't like to be spammed with emails, so we try to not like send 5 emails in the same week. So sometimes, for example, we send information about an event and then we have a professional there that needs other information to be shared, so we can't just send it on the next day because information will just get lost.
Thank you, Chloe. We do not have any more questions in the report. Gabriel?
You presented that I put for this point, like the roll call, please. You'll need to be very fast in going through it.
Okay, Elisa? Please follow
In this section, and I will perform the roll call. I have Afrik Ostia, PCHSA Bulgaria, CPSA Croatia, CPSA Cyprus, CPSA Czech Republic, Anatol, CPSA Germany, CPSF Greece, LPSA Latvia, SC Lithuania, KPC the Netherlands, PFSO Belgium Delegates, KPC the Netherlands, CPSA Poland, Portugal, Transport Romania, National Serbia, SCA Slovakia, Slovenia, Fed Spain, and Switzerland, Group Set National Turkey, and Group Ukraine.